I liken any character in a novel, as a writer, to starting a new friendship, in that initially when you meet someone, you don't know if you're going to like them or not. Then you find a few more things about them. And then you say, oh, okay. Then you might find out some things about their background that might help you understand certain things about their behavior, their mannerism, or their demeanor. And then there are things that you find out you don't like about them, but there are other qualities that you do like. And then ultimately, as time progresses, you stop and say, you know, yeah, that's my friend. I'm gonna, take them with all their flaws and all this. Never mind, they're doing the same thing to you. In 1992, I was living in New York, and I was a college graduate, but I was like, I don't know, 32 or something like that. And all my girlfriends, we were all college educated, and with makeup we looked okay, but we couldn't get a date. We could understand it. Every women's magazine, all it was where to meet a guy, how to meet a guy, at the library, at church. I mean, it was like on every women's magazine. And I just said, you know what? This is really a little ridiculous. What's wrong with us? Or what's wrong with them? And so I decided to write a book. It wasn't that big of an exploration, but I just wanted to kind of look at it. And so I created these 4 characters, and that's what I did. And I was, it was about wondering if and when we would ever be able to exhale. And it turned out that it resonated with quite a few folks, women, and not just black women, right. And not just younger women. I got a lot of, I don't know why, and I'm not saying this to be funny, but I had more white women who were middle-aged and divorced that came up to me and said, you got me through my divorce. And I had to remember what chapter that was. And, I still don't know why, because I have not gone back and read that book. One of the things that I pride myself on as a writer is voice. I listen. Dialogue is my thing. I have a reputation for being able to capture how people talk, and I think mostly it's because I listen. I hear how they speak and their inflection and all of that. But the only way I could tell that story, which is about a grandmother who ends up raising her 2 young male grandsons, is I knew that in order to tell the story the way I wanted to tell it, I had to be democratic. And the only way to do that is let everybody speak for themselves. And that's how it ended up being 15 characters. But I didn't know it was going to end up being 15 different characters. I tried to be democratic, but it's obvious in some cases you can tell which characters I didn't like.
Right. Was Quentin one of those?
Quentin? Yeah. I'm glad he wasn't my son. Yeah. But I ultimately ended up embracing him. I did, but that happens in real life too, hopefully.